and 5, and away they go. And closest to you in that pink boat, the German Katrin Kiesler.
Looks like Edam's had a really good start. Her technique isn't so super efficient, and she might not be able to hold that through the whole race.
Edam, who in lane 3 had a super start to the season, ended up 6th in the World Cup rankings, but she was looking the best of the early season women kayak paddlers. But there's very little between the two. There's Brunet up there, and also in lane 4, that's Uschi Profanta from Graz, 29 years of age, finished 6th in the Olympic 500. But of course, there's no real form guide in the World Championships. This is the first time the women have raced in the World Championships over 1,000 meters. And the big guns are getting at it already.
Yeah, it looks like the big four, Gunnarsson, Brunet, Profanta, and Edam are sort of trying to get some distance on the pack. It'll be interesting to see really who can stay relaxed. Brunet looking very relaxed. Gunnarsson breaking that arm a bit, but her technique isn't her strong point. It's really her determination and her aerobic capacity that'll pull her through.
And this may really go well for Profanta. Profanta won the World Cup, but not everybody competed in every race. I mean, Caroline ended up in 8th place, but she's had her own special program.
Yeah, she's been training with her coach, Christian Fredriksson, a Norwegian canoe paddler, and they've had a very close relationship the past few years and really brought her to the top of the sport.
So Gunnarsson just about sharing 3rd place at the moment. The young German Katrin Kiesler, former junior world champion, finding the pace. She's out a little too hot. She's out of your picture to the right there.
Borchert hanging right there on the lead pack. If Borchert from Australia can just sort of stay up there, she might be in good for a medal.
So half distance now, and this is where the race is really going to start in earnest now. Susanne Gunnarsson taking the advantage now in lane 3. That's Josefa Edam, formerly from Germany, but has been representing Italy for many a year now. She herself has won the World Championship title. And then confirmation there, Sweden, Italy, Austria, but they haven't got Brunet, but Brunet beginning to move on to the pace of the others now.
Looks like Edam's took a set there, maybe 10, 12 hard strokes, and sort of pulled up on Profanta and sort of brought Caroline with her. It looks like Gunnarsson's struggling a bit. Her rate's up a little bit. She's chopping the front of the stroke. If she's not careful, she's going to fall off the pace here.
You mentioned earlier that maybe she would have preferred a harder headwind to the tailwind that we have at the moment.
Yes, it's a longer race is much to her benefit, just because she's got that aerobic power. But looks like a fantastic race here. Just amazing. These women are really going head to head.
So 250 meters to go now. We're really down into the stretch, and closest to you is Edam in 3, then Uschi Profanta in 4. Caroline Brunet right on terms there in lane 5. Gunnarsson just off the pace, and Borchert of Australia, who's just in the picture, the bow just going out there, trying to get into the medal shake-up, but it looks to be Italy in 3. Austria, Uschi Profanta, the long-distance downriver paddler who's converted to sprint now, finding it a little hard, and Brunet now and Edam. It's between Italy and Canada.
Brunet's really did a big set right there at the 200. She's pushing right through, she's paddled right through Profanta and going past Edam right now.
So what a way for Canada to open their account here. Is Brunet going to give them a perfect start? Coming through towards the finish line now. It's Canada, and she's opening up distance and clear water ahead of Edam. Profanta's fighting back here for the silver medal. It's going to be gold for Canada, but who's going to get the silver? Italy get the silver, and Profanta gets the bronze, with I think Borchert of Australia in 4th place ahead of Gunnarsson in 5th. But that to be confirmed in these miserable conditions, but that's not going to take the smile off Canada's Caroline Brunet, because Ren Critchlow, I think she's opened her account perfectly.
Well, this is fantastic for Canada, a great way to start the regatta, and what a fantastic way to start the first K1 1000 for women. An amazing race, door handle to door handle the whole way down. Caroline looked like she just sort of sat there content on the pack with the group, and then about 200 meters to go made her move and just powered past Josefa. Josefa had taken that middle of the race lead and kind of set the pace and kind of paid for it a little bit at the end, but just an amazing race to just start off this K1000.
But just looking at Uschi Profanta there in lane number 4, that's her first World Championship sprint medal. She's been trying to do this conversion for being a triple downriver world paddler, where she's racing over 5-6 kilometers. So that's she'll be disappointed not to have got a higher quality medal, but she'll be happy to have got on the podium.
Yeah, well, she really asserts herself as one of the women to beat in this race for the future with that kind of a performance. So within a foot of Edem and Brunei have been there for so long.
This is a reverse angle, and you can see there you've got Brunei going across, and Profata trying to get back, and then Edem with all the experience just leaning back a little bit. Bella Bilica from Budapest. Then Steve Giles of Canada. Then Great Britain's Andrew Train in lane 7. Mark Germany, and away we go. And a very sharp start there by Andreas Dittmar.
I expect that the German to go out quickly, and we'll see how the smaller, less powerful paddlers like Christian Fredriksson are able to pick it up at the end. The interesting thing about today is the wind's coming from the paddler's right, which means that the paddlers that are paddling on the right side guys are going to have a little bit of advantage because they're not going to have to steer as much. That could be bad news for Steve Giles and Martin Doctor, who are on the left. So guys like Buhalov and Fredriksson are going to have a bit better of a go of it.
So Doctor very much the man to keep your eye on. He's in lane 3, just a little bit off the pace at the moment, but don't worry about this. This is 1,000 meters. Doctor, the double Olympic champion for the Czech Republic, absolute hero when he got back to Atlanta, and he says he's found it quite difficult in the year since Atlanta to fight quiet time, to concentrate on doing the double here. That's his ambition, to do the double in 1,000 and 500. But you can see just moving forward there in lane number 4, Nikolai Bulhalov from Bulgaria, who was really a big disappointment. Didn't look a very fit man, looked quite overweight in Atlanta, but he's a different proposition today.
Doctor looking very good coming through. Maybe that wind's not affecting him at all. And actually, Bilica looks like he's from Hungary, is actually leading. It was interesting. He was sick at the European Championships and ended up quitting in the race and coming 9th. He had a very difficult selection against Pulai, who was defending world champion. So he might be a bit of a dark horse out there in lane 9.
I think he is, because he's also come out of that Canadian 4 that took the 500-meter title. Just be interesting to see how he survives in the second 500, because I think they're going to come at him very soon.
Yeah, it looks like Doctor's looking fantastic. He's just ripping it. The back of the stroke looks fantastic, absolutely amazing. He's really smooth, paddling well. Looks like Steve Giles from Canada, a bit off the pace, but he's always known as a strong finisher.
And Doctor just coming through into probably second place, but it's Bella Bilica in lane 9. Then for Hungary, in fact, Doctor's been given the lead there, just getting ahead.
Doctor's looking amazing right now. Look at how smooth he is. Look at how those hips are working. The stripes on his uniform really show you the hip motion. It's really accentuated. Looks like Buhalov's coming into the picture too. He's a tremendously strong competitor. Been around since 1985 when he was a bronze medalist at the Junior Worlds.
Well, he's been the master of 500 meters, hasn't he, Ren? I mean, he won the 92 Olympics and he was unbeaten until 1990, including 1995 at 500 meters. So that's his great strength. But 1,000 meters, he hasn't been quite so effective over this longer distance.
Yeah, usually he gets his medal in the 500 and kind of uses the 1,000 as a warm-up or a warm-down, depending on the year. But looks like Bilica is still doing well out there in lane 9, or excuse me, yeah, in lane 9.
Indeed it is. So Bilica, but Doctor now leads the field as we come through with still a quarter of the race to go. But this is the most important quarter, and Doctor, who, as I said, has been here for a full month with father coaching him and mum doing the cooking. He's been training out of the Sonobe Club at the bottom of the lake here, and there is Doctor really powering his way, and he looks as if he really is in charge of this, and the fight might be for bronze and silver.
Watch out for Steve Giles. He's really moved up, maybe caught a bit of a wash from Bilica from Hungary. Steve Giles is powering through everybody right now. He's looking ready maybe to pass Buhalov.
Well, what a triumph this would be for Canada if they can grab another medal. And at the moment, it's Doctor ahead of the pack there. 4 is Buhalov, but he's being passed now.
Looks like Hitler's coming through too.
Andreas Dittmar from Neubrandenburg, the German, the 25-year-old German who was Olympic champion in the Canadian doubles in Atlanta, coming to try and challenge now on Doctor, and it's Dittmar coming very fast now. And does he get there ahead? And he does. Dittmar's got his bow ahead of Doctor, and the German takes it ahead of Doctor, and I think Bilica in lane 9 has got the bronze.
Yes, well, it looks like that selection with Pulai really took it out of Bilica in the early going there in the season, but he came through with a great race out there in lane 9, and a dogfight there at the end with Giles there, Buhalov, Fredrickson, everybody right there at the end.
Well, a tremendous race there, and there's Andreas Dittmar in that famous pink-coloured boat that all the German team use. 25 years of age, gold and silver in Atlanta.
And that low-profile boat might have been a bit of an advantage today in this wind. He really powered through at the end and passed Doctor, something you don't normally see.
Not much in it, as you can see. That's the distance, but the difference is gold and silver, and Martin Doctor's going to be very disappointed. And hats off, Belitzer just keeps Buchalov, I think it is, out of a medal there. Yeah. Here's the reverse angle. So here's the pink boat of Germany. Top of the screen there, that's Doctor, and that's not too many centimeters there.
And the conditions, I think, definitely played a role today. The wind coming off the right side is not as effective for Doctor.
Belitzer definitely getting the bronze, and then Buchalov will be in 4th place.
What a fantastic race for Dittmar, transitioning out of the C2. Always
6, Beniamino Bonami for Italy, Knut Holman for Norway in 5, and Botono Sturz for Hungary in lane number 4.
This is going to be a fantastic race. We'll see what happens with Holman, how he does. He's always a tremendous competitor, and looks like the wind's dying down a bit, which should be good for him.
So away we go, the men's 1,000 meters, and starting very, very quickly in lane 2, Lutz Lewalski for Germany, bronze medalist in the 95 World Championships, but they're in lane number 6. That's Bonami in the blue boat for Italy. Just behind him, Jonas Fager for Sweden, but already up front in lane 4, Botono Sturz for Hungary, and going with him, Clint Robinson from the Sunshine Canoe Club in Brisbane, Australia.
Yeah, fantastic surf ski paddler, Clint Robinson, and he likes to take it out hard too. And if he and Sturz get out there and go at it hammer and tongs, it might be difficult for the others to keep with them.
And this is a really good lineup. You know a lot of these people, Bren. I remember when you won your 500-meter gold, Knut Holman was the man who took the silver medal behind you in Paris in 1991.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's some new guys out there, but the K1 stayed pretty static for a long time. I've raced against a lot of these guys over the years, and Holman looking, as usual, very relaxed there in lane 5.
But it's Sturz, though, at the moment, who's very much making the pace. The European champion in Plovdiv. Those European championships were in July over both 1,000 and 500 meters. And just making his presence felt there is Bonami of Italy.
Yeah, Bonomi have been very successful in K2 500 as well with another Italian paddler. And both Bonomi and Sturz are really hammering it. They're really pushing the pace, whereas Holman looking very relaxed, maybe a bit short on the front actually for him, not really getting that good length that he normally gets. But Lewalski right there, Robinson in good position, everybody right there.
Half distance now, and just ahead there looks to be Bonami of Italy ahead of Sturz of Hungary, but there's nothing in it. And Bonami looking nice and smooth, 29 years of age, got a silver medal in the Atlanta Olympics over 1,000 meters and also at 500. As you mentioned, he often ties together with either Antonio Rossi, who we'll be seeing, or Daniel Scarpo, who is not here.
Holman looking at still in good position, but he's going to have to move up. He doesn't have the explosive power to get by either Sturz or Bonomi in the last 200, so he's going to really have to pick it up and push from about 400 out if he wants to take this thing.
Indeed, Knut Holman, the Olympic champion and the defending world champion, so he wants to hold on to that title.
Looks like he's spinning his wheels a bit, and Sturz and Bonomi are just absolutely going at it hammer and tongs, just trying to beat each other to death right here.
And Lutz Lewalski actually looking quite strong now as we come into the last 250 meters. He was the bronze medalist, as I mentioned earlier, in 1995. That's his first major medal. And if he could get a bronze medal here, that would be an absolute triumph for him. But at the moment, the gold is being battled out between Sturz from Budapest and Bonami for Italy. And Sturz now regains the initiative.
He's got that line in sight. He's really got that the killer instinct. He's really pushed it the last 200 and just pounding away. Really an animal type finish here to get away from Bonami.
And fighting it out for the bronze medal.